There's a famous story from the Dead Sea Scrolls about John the Apostle in his old age after he left Patmos and was living in Ephesus, Turkey. And John was the last living of the original core group, the last one around who actually knew Jeshua firsthand. And they'd all come to the temple to learn about Jeshua and the teachings. And they'd say, John, please, teach us. Teach us what you are the last one who was with him. Teach us what you know. And John gets up and very old man. And so he slowly walks to the front of the room and the temple, and he gets there and he prepares and he says, love one another. And then he slowly starts to walk back to his seat. And they're like, no, teach us more. And he says, I can teach you no more until you learn this. Does that sound like anybody? When I read that story, I was like, oh my God, that's me. I think we might have had the same sense of humor, right? The interesting thing about that statement to me is this. I can teach you no more until you learn this. Here's the addendum to that. Once you know this, there is no more. We as science-minded people want to define what's the things that are happening. We want to put words around certain things. When I talk about the subconscious mind, to a scientist, they start talking about the parts of the brain. That's not what I'm talking about. Parts of the brain are the physical elements that are here, the scientific measurements that we can take. But love is not a scientific measurement you can take. Love is a core essence, a feeling of being. And you have to be love. I actually had someone one time tell me, thought it was funny, because I was telling them to be love, and she says, John the Beloved just told me to be love, which made me laugh as well. I think that it's important that we realize that no matter what label we put on anything, no matter what scientific data we wrap around anything, the core element is to love one another and be kind. The core element is to just create a world and let people experience in you the love and kindness that is possible. And the more you can live in the love and kindness, so many people get so stressed about what they're going to do, or they've been told that they're going by psychics or channels that they're going to do big things, and then they get in anxiety about having to do it, and then feeling like they're not doing it, or they get frustrated because it's not happening. But all that is just stuff, and that's living in the future. The key is to stay here and live loving. And that means live loving towards yourself, live loving towards others, and create an experience of live loving so that others can witness you live loving. And then they can go, well, I should do what they're doing because they seem to be getting along pretty well. Because if you live loving, you love living, right? So the idea behind all of the various methods, practices, labels that we put on things, those ideas, though I truly believe from my core self, it's far simpler. And when you listen to my regression, if you get it, it's on my website. If you listen to my regression, that's the message that keeps coming through. It's far simpler. In fact, at one point I say, it's so simple that we can't comprehend it, or it's so simple we can't get it. It's so simple that it's almost incomprehensible. It's that one simple thing. But I think right now, because we're moving into a new earth, a new vibration, a new experience, I think we are about to experience it in a broader scale. And I think that those of you who are here and you have the opportunity to share the feeling of love with everybody around you. And if you remember the old shampoo commercial, and they'll tell two friends, and they'll tell two friends, and so on, right? If you're loving to two friends, then they'll be loving to two friends, and so on and so on. It's a wave of love and positivity that surrounds the world. I can almost hear Kumbaya right now, right? The idea is that we have to be it here. As Gandhi would say, you must be the change you want to see in the world. Do you want a more loving world? Be more loving. So that's just a quick message. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. See you. Bye.